Jacob.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I'm a 9-year-old transgender American. My question is...
All right, Jacob. Hold on.
What will you do in your first week as president to make sure that kids like me feel safer in schools? And what do you think schools need to do better to make sure that I don't have to worry about anything but my homework?
Oh, I like that question, Jacob. We're going to do this. So let me start by saying I want to have a Secretary of Education who both believes in public education and believes in the value of every one of our kids and is willing to enforce our civil rights laws. It turns out that when the Department of Education was set up many years ago, the Secretary of Education was given a whole lot of power over the public schools and over the rules and how they're enforced. And we've had some secretaries of education who've been better, and we've had one that's been a whole lot worse. Her name is Betsy DeVos. So when I'm president, she'll be gone. Here's my plan, Jacob. I'm going to find just the right Secretary of Education, but here's what I plan to do. I want to make sure that the person I think is the right Secretary of Education meets you and hears your story, and then I want you to tell me if you think that's the right person, and then we'll make the deal. Does that sound good? We'll do that? Good. Okay.
Jacob, thank you. Mimi, thank you very much for being with us tonight. Appreciate it. All right, so we go from the kids in the schools to what's being taught in the schools. That takes us to a question from Annabelle Carter, an artist and comic book writer from Granada Hills, California. Annabelle.
Hi, Senator Warren.
Hello.
Hello. You were once a teacher.
Yes.
How do you feel about schools teaching children about gender orientation and gender identity?
I think that's part of teaching. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was too quick.
Okay. In California, we are already starting those kinds of teachings, and parents have been very upset and outraged. As a parent, I actually am in full support of these teachings. How would you feel about it for the rest of the country?
So I believe this is about teaching children about our world. And of course we should teach them about our world. We should teach them about people. We should teach them about differences. So I strongly support this. And I support doing this in age-appropriate ways from the time they're very young. I think this is part of how children learn, that we live in a world that has a lot of different folks who look different, who sound different, who do different things, who form different kinds of families. And as Americans, we look at that and say, it's not our weakness, that's our strength. Yeah, thank you. That's good.
So if you don't